What if one of Hollywood's most respected actors told you that behind closed doors, a major music mogul wasn't who he seemed to be? Terrence Howard just dropped shocking claims about Diddy, claims that are raising eyebrows across the industry.
You're gonna speak against me, then use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about these truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face.
On a recent episode of the PBD podcast, Empire star and Oscar-nominated actor Terrence Howard made a revelation that no one saw coming. He claims that years ago, Diddy personally invited him to become his acting coach. At first, it sounded like a great opportunity, until things started to feel off.
So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it.
Howard explains that their so-called acting sessions quickly became uncomfortable. Instead of going over scripts or scenes, Diddy would reportedly sit in silence, just staring at him. Howard said the vibe felt more like an awkward trap than a creative meeting.
What's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay.
What really raised red flags was a comment from Howard's assistant. After one of these strange encounters, the assistant told him bluntly, "I think he's trying to F you." Now, let's be clear, we're not here to speculate or pass judgment, but these claims are Howard's words, and they've reignited a conversation that's been growing louder in recent months. Terrence didn't just brush it off. He immediately stopped taking Diddy's calls and cut ties altogether. He told the podcast, "I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that."
And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with.
But for Howard, it wasn't just about discomfort. It was about values. He emphasized that he's not judging others for what they choose to do, but that he personally won't compromise his boundaries or beliefs just to move up in Hollywood. It's a rare kind of honesty in an industry where silence often pays more than truth.
You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head.
Shortly after the interview dropped, 50 Cent did what he does best. He made a statement without saying much at all. He posted a clip of the interview to his Instagram with a short caption, firmly, "No comment. Determined. I'm staying positive. God help us all."
Now, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
Yeah.
If you followed 50 over the years, you know he's had long-standing beef with Diddy. From questioning his parties to throwing subtle and sometimes not so subtle shade online, 50's discomfort with Diddy's behavior has been public for a while.
I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was asking to try and get me to hang out with him was like, "Yo, I take you shopping," and I'm like, "What you mean?" Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards.
If you followed 50 over the years, you know he's had long-standing beef with Diddy. From questioning his parties to throwing subtle and sometimes not so subtle shade online, 50's discomfort with Diddy's behavior has been public for a while. But this time he's not trolling. That caption reads more like a warning, and it's hitting different now that Diddy is facing serious legal heat. Diddy is currently under intense legal scrutiny. He's facing multiple civil lawsuits involving serious allegations, ranging from abuse to trafficking, and even a federal investigation. While no criminal conviction has been made yet, the pattern of accusations is undeniable.
But you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, Amika's in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is stop it. Look, you set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on there. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, man. I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
Now, with Terrence Howard's claims adding to the list, though not legal in nature, it adds another layer to the ongoing storm surrounding Diddy. This isn't about guilt or innocence in the court of law. It's about how many people are now speaking out and how long their silence lasted before they felt safe to do so. Terrence Howard's interview also touched on a much larger issue, the pressure within the entertainment world to play the game in order to succeed. He said that many actors and artists stay quiet because speaking out might cost them roles, money, or even their careers.
You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head.
He claims he never compromised, and that's why he wasn't always welcome in Hollywood's inner circles. It's a powerful message, especially now as more people are choosing truth over status. The fact that a respected actor is coming forward without a lawsuit, without a book deal, and without a Netflix documentary makes this even more impactful. So where does this leave us?
A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
Terrence Howard's comments may not result in legal consequences for Diddy, but they add weight to a growing conversation. One that challenges the old rules of silence, power, and access in entertainment. And with 50 Cent watching from the sidelines, quietly but very much aware, you have to wonder, how many more stories are coming? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this a Hollywood shakeup we've needed for years, or just another headline in a never-ending cycle? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this, because the truth is, we're just getting started.